June Padesi here with my Society Talks. 5 things to quit right now. Okay, we do things and later on we think, why am I being treated like this? Why is this happening to me? But there are things we can do to improve ourselves and to improve the quality of our lives. So let's start 5 things that we should really stop doing right now. The first thing is trying to please everyone. Now, what we do in our life is at some point or the other, we are trying to please the other people, that people who have no self-respect. I'm talking about those people. We try to please the other people so that they would like us, so that they would love us in some cases, so that they'd be happy with us. But this doesn't happen. The more you try to please the other person, the more they take you for granted. The more you try to let go of your self-esteem, of your self-pleasure for other people, they try and treat you as a doormat, because this is a human nature. आप किसी को भी देख लो, जब भी कोई आपको इंसान, आप किसी के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ करोगे, तो सबसे पहली बात ये कि never be available for the other person, always 24/7, because what happens? आप अपनी कदर लूज कर जाते हैं. So never ever do that. Then never ever fear change. We are normally stuck because change is difficult. Change is not easy. Change is not comfortable. No, physically, mentally, in whatever sense, change is never easy. So what we do is that we stay in a relationship, we stay in a position, we stay in a job situation, because we think if we'll change, that overlapping time, the time in which you're changing, going from one thing to another, that difficult time, one doesn't want to go through it, That is the reason we stay in the situations that we are. So what we should do is to train our mind, and it is trainable. We can train our mind to fight against this fear. It's a fear, and we can fight against it. And we should welcome the change, because as they say, if you're not a tree, if you think you want to change, you can change. You're not a tree, so you can walk, you can change, you can think. So you have to do that. Third thing that is very important in all this is living in the past. We do it very often. All of us do it to some extent. But the people who've gone through trauma, they do it all the time. They stick to the past. Now, sticking in the past means, why do we stick in the past? Sticking in past is like, we call it in German Sicherheit, security. Exactly. Security is the word for it. The past, even if it is bad, बुरा है, मारे पड़ी हुई है, सब कुछ है, but it is something we know. बुरा भी है, हमें मार भी पड़ती रही है, या हमें physically या psychologically abuse भी किया गया, but we know that. हम उस चीज़ को हमें पता है, और आगे हमारे लिए क्या आ रहा है उसका हमें नहीं पता. इसलिए we stay in the past. We try and stay in our past, good or bad, so that we feel comfortable. We call it in German Geborgenheit. It is this security. I'll write the real meaning of that, Geborgenheit. Security type of, it's a security. It's like where you feel comfortable. To make ourselves feel comfortable, we stay in the past. So we have to get out of that. We have to stop going in the past. The fourth one is putting yourself down. And I've seen it in many of my clients. It happens, अपने आप को, जैसे पुराने ज़माने में हमारी होती थी ना ज़ुबान, लखनऊ की ज़ुबान, आप हमारे गरीब खाने पे तशरीफ़ लाइए. Actually, it didn't mean कि मेरा घर गरीब खाना है. It was like being humble. Yes, at some point being humble is good, but being humble का ये मतलब भी नहीं है कि आप दूसरे के नीचे अपने आप को, अपनी ज़ात को नीचे करना शुरू कर दें दूसरे के आगे. हमारे मुझे और कंट्रीज़ का नहीं पता, but I've seen it in our people. ये ईस्टर्न ब्लॉक के जो लोग हैं, वी आर लाइक, हम लोग गुलामी से तो निकल आए हैं. हाउ मेनी इयर्स इज दिस? 83 years. बट यहाँ पे हम अभी तक गुलाम हैं. आप कभी जाइए, मैं अक्सर बैठ के लोगों को, बिकॉज मेरा प्रोफेशन है, तो मेरा शौक है मोर ऑफ दैट, तो मैं लोगों को ऑब्जर्व करती रहती हूँ. और जब मैं लोगों को ऑब्जर्व करती हूँ, द वे महफिल में लोग एक दूसरे के साथ, जो जिस इंसान के पास थोड़ा ज़्यादा पैसा होगा, लोग उसके आगे पीछे भागना शुरू हो जाते हैं, आपको ये, आपको वो, कोई गलत बात भी कहता है, हाँ 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 कोई बात नहीं, को चलो क्या हो गया। वाई? पैसे से, पावर से लोगों को आप जज करते हैं, उसकी पर्सनैलिटी से नहीं, सड़ी ही पर्सनैलिटी होगी उसकी, बट यू डोंट जज हिम फ्रॉम योर पर्सनैलिटी, यू डोंट जज हिम ऑफ क्वालिटीज। आप देख रहे हैं उसको कि उसके पास पैसा कितना है, और आप अपने आप को नीचे ला रहे हैं, और आप उसको रियल सेंस ऑफ वर्ड जूते पॉलिश कर रहे हैं, जिसका हमारे मुल्क में हो रहा है। सो दिस शुड नॉट हैपन। One thing what I'm not discussing any politics here, but just to give an example, Imran Khan ने क्या किया? Imran Khan has taught the young generation not to bow down. What our religion says, not to bow down, not to bow down on every Tom, Dick, and Harry who has a little bit of money. Stand up to your standards. Stand up to what you are. You may be poor, but you're a good person. So stand up for what you are. It is very, very important. 5, the fifth thing, last but not the least, is overthinking. This also happens in the people who have gone through trauma, but this must not be every person who's gone through trauma. A lot of people who don't even go through trauma have a nature, sensitive nature, and they overthink. ये होगा तो क्या होगा, ये हो जाएगा तो क्या हो जाएगा. People who are overcautious, people who have a lot of how should I say it, a lot of this thing that कि मुझे सबके सामने अच्छा बनना है, मुझे सब प्रेज करें. जिन लोगों में ये चीज़ होती है, they overthink. चेस की तरह पहले से वो एक तरह से चेस की तरह अपना चाल या अपनी जो आपने ज़िंदगी में करना है उसको आप करना, that is good to tell a positive to a positive extent. But when you overthink, you start getting negative towards negativity, and that is where you should stop. So you should stop yourself from trying to please everyone. You should stop yourself from fearing change. You should stop yourself living in past. You should stop yourself putting yourself down, and you should stop yourself overthinking. And believe me, you will come up to be a very, very positive person. Like, subscribe, and share my channel. Till then, German Pradesi Melody Suruk.